known for this time, returning to the peace of my mind. Fear falls away, crack the shell of a new day.
Abora Boye, this is Olu Fakola de Edin Kaifa Temple. We welcome you, Ekabo and Ekaro. We thank you for joining us today. You could be anywhere else, but you joining us. Thank you for tapping in. Today is going to be a very interesting service entitled Working Your Now. I want to begin, as we always begin, with Ifa prayer and supplication. So if you are near your Ifa, or you can be somewhere where you can put your head to the floor in reverence to Almighty God, please do so and let us pray. Mojuba loro, mojuba leta, mojuba loro mare, mojuba bobo mule, mojuba bobo imale, mojuba boy bunzembili soro mare, mojuba dismiss, mojuba lucidens, mojuba dots, mojuba basements, mojuba pennies, mojuba customers, mojuba dali, mojuba zai, mojuba naga, mojuba custom, mojuba rocks, mojuba engineer, mojuba keriba, mojuba kibali, mojuba jintobi, mojuba penino chino, mojuba no black, Dennis, Agustin, mojuba bobo bunzembili soro mare, share, echo. At your back, he gives people's peace and set the peace. He gives people's peace and proves peace. He who talks to people and ensures that the talk is completely absorbed. He gives people's peace and set the peace, means five. He gives people's peace and proves peace, means sure die. He talks to and ensures the talk is completely absorbed, means Shana. Shana, you the person Muslim beings. The person Muslim cannot fail to impress him. The strife frogs when sings rainfall, both frogs when sings downpour. It is whatever the Akereju all to each other what the earth accepts. All what I tell you about, please accept and include. Sure. Olterete, to show gratitude upon gratitude, Zaba gratitude, to display benevolence upon benevolence, Ziyaba benevolence. Whoever did not show gratitude, yes, says benevolence, such a person not receive today's gratuity. These were the decorations we fought to the 401 Erumule. We're going to Mayopoe, out of Rishbuchi. There's also decoration for to Erumule. We're going to Mayopoe, out of Rishbuchi. I'm grateful I see my gratuity. I'm grateful that says favorite today's gratuity. Olterete, we're very grateful. Awa dupe, awa bure, awa dupe, awa bure, adupe, anawa opure tunebo, olodumare, awa dupe, awa bure, awa dupe, awa bure, adupe, anawa opure tunebo, oriani, awa dupe, awa bure, awa dupe, awa bure, adupe, anawa opure tunebo, erumole, awa dupe, awa bure, awa dupe, awa bure, adupe, anawa opure tunebo, legun orisha, irumole, orisha, olodumare, all of the forces support us. Please, we give thanks at this time, and we ask for forgiveness On the Odu Erosue Tutu, pounded yam without soup can be very difficult to consume. These were the decorations we fought to the child of Akbanarikum. He was full of bad characters, bad attributes, prevented from Inchi Fazaman. Now it comes to solicit on behalf of Tutu, come to beg on behalf of Tutu. How many children did he have that he would cast one out? Those who beg on behalf of Tutu. Share. At this time, we ask that you would push away death, push away sickness, push away cases, controversy, ward off fights, litigation, losses, and our lives. And in this place, bring forth peace and life, wealth, spouse for children, longevity, prosperity, victory over adversity, peace of mind, joy, healing, success, and all good things of life. We call on the Holy Odu, Ogbe Alara. Rumor says time to sleep. I echoed it's time to sleep when the day dawned. Met a woman in the 16th room where he covered his head with a flowing gown full of lights. He was wearing a dress for the bloodstains. He was snoring heavily. They told him that delegate was a sacrifice. The woman inquired what the delegate brought. They told him they brought 2 rats with 2 fish bracelets, 2 birds with in flight, and 2 goats with big livers. The woman said, that's not going to pick them up. I admit my ignorance. Please educate me. Untuna Karaba, I have myself in your bosom and survive. Untuna Karaba, that all can masquerade be Sagbajon repeatedly, that all can masquerade be Sagbajon repeatedly to perform rituals because the children. You are the leaders, we are the followers. Please show everyone who show the followers wisdom. Rumor told them to get alligator pepper, to get colonel, to get bitter corn, to get alcohol. The couple got the alligator pepper, you got the colonel, you got the bitter corn, you got the alcohol. That is right, now he is fully awake. Rumila, when you're fully awake, please look in the eyes of compassion. Is with eyes of compassion. The heavenly stars, you look at the stars below. Aruna, when you're fully awake, please look at the eyes of Job 1, 2. Secure great will. There's such good eyes that the heavenly stars, you look at the stars below. Aruna, when you're fully awake, please look at the eyes of Job 1, 2. Secure good spouse. There's such good eyes my spouse should use and look at me with. Aruna, when you're fully awake, please look at the eyes of Job 1, 2. Bear many children. There's such good eyes a child should use and look at a well-decorated play. Beautiful, long night for journalists in the midst of all in life. I share. Please ward off death, sickness, cases, controversy, ward off fights, litigation, losses in our advice, ward off witchcraft and negative forces from us. Bring forth to us long life, wealth, good spouse, good children, longevity, prosperity, victory over adversity, peace of mind, joy, healing, and all the things of life. If I move my ego out of the way so that we can hear a voice of Olodumare, we can hear a voice of good Ifa. Ashe. Emma kami meni ama, Emma kami meni ano, Emma kami meni adelokun. Etamole, etori Ifa loneni, ebora timpaneni, ene banami, ahun ati Ifa lelejo. Ashe. Ifa, please move my ego out of the way so we can hear words from you. Ifa, ward off death, ward off tragedy, problems, depression from us today. Ward off sorrow and bring in its place joy. Bring long life, wealth with spouse and children, victory, healing, all the good things of life. Ashe. Help us to hear what Ifa has to say. Ashe. Oshe, Awuela. Tiny of the feet of Tubu, the stripe of a chameleon is not big enough to use his head here. Had it been enough to use his head here, I would have taken it home and done my hair with it. He's like, Grace Ifa to Aruela. We're going on spiritual mission to Ejebula. We're going to spend some pay money. Come south and make rich. Come Osharula. Osharula to Gawo. Oshetra. I kick in it back inside. The actual trouble against the tree Katifa for room. He buy not share from all of them on. If no one touch wealthy, surely be wealthy. I kick in it back inside. And the mouth will Zazibana share. And the mouth of an awo. No church have joy, surely joy. I kick in it back inside. And the mouth of no one Zazibana share. And the mouth of an awo. If no church have victory, surely victory. I kick in it back inside. And the mouth of an awo Zazibana share. And the mouth of an awo. To Essie. Maybe so. Surely shall it be. Ashe Orisha, lẹ́nu mi o, Ashe Orisha, lẹ́nu mi. Bọ́bọ́n tí mo bá màmá wí o, ìlú mọ̀lẹ́ ló bà. Ifá ó bá o, Ashe Orisha, lẹ́nu mi. Àbímọ dúró tí mo súré, bí mo bẹ̀rẹ̀ tí mo súré, bí mo kúnlẹ̀ tí mo súré. Ìmọ̀ jọ̀kọ́ tí mo súre, ire tí mo sùn orí ti bọ́. Orí ẹni làrúrẹ̀ ìyẹn ni ọ̀, orí ẹni làrúrẹ̀ ìyẹn ni. Mojulo mi fa ma mori. Ori eni larure eni. She. Sobore chansu. Ifa oba lorun. Àtìbàtájú. Ifa oba lorun. Ó ṣe àrú ìlà Ifá ti bó. Olódùmarè and all of the Egrumole and the Orisha. We ask that you would continue to ward off them, continue to ward off sickness, continue to ward off fights, litigation, losses, challenges. Ward off the challenges and evil from our way and bring to us long life. Give us good spouses, good children, peace of mind, joy, healing, victory, success. Give us all the wonderful and good things of life. Help us so that we can find, follow, and fulfill our destiny. Ashe, Aboru, Aboye, Aboshishe, Aboato. Thank you. Thank you once again for joining us. I am Oluo Fakolade of Idin Kaifa Temple, and I welcome you. Today's sermon is going to be something very important, and I say it's going to be rich and beneficial for everyone here in attendance. I pray that you would like and share, and also, along with liking and sharing, please participate. Participate by sharing your name, where you're from. If you are tapping in with us new, let us know that you're new. Please join us in this virtual Temple Ile Juba space today and enjoy. So with that said, let's begin. The topic today at hand is working your now. I chose this topic because I wanted people to think about how are they handling their now? How are you handling your now? And I want to look at now as if now were a thing, not just a space and time or a description of space and time, but look at your now as if your now were an entity, an actual thing. What is your now looking like, and how are you handling it? And when I talk about this concept of now, what I'm talking about is the process of getting to where you want to go. Ian Lavanzant calls it the valley, in the meantime. But when we think about this process of being in the valley or being in the meantime, what do you do while you're being patient? Patience, in my opinion, I've talked about it so many times, and we're going to talk about it again, but it's such an underrated concept. It is presented as if it is a passive and or weak act of submission. It is made to look as if patience is a cowardly act, a cowardly move. But is it? Is patience about cowardice? We're going to analyze that. Today, we're going to discuss what it really means to be put in a position to be still, to be patient, to wait. When Olodumare tells us, not now, what do you do in your now? What do you do in the meantime? Because the meantime matters. And so I got this concept from, I believe the brother's name is Tahim Clark, and he is an educator. And I was scrolling one day and I saw him talking to children, and the things that he was saying to some of the youth was very powerful. I liked one of the great things he said, and that thing is he told the youth about how his program grew from very little to now he's nationally and potentially internationally known and doing seminars all over. And he said to these kids, he said to the youth, you got to work your now. You got to work your now. What does that mean? Your now is a critical make or break period. Your now is the preparation period for your destiny. Now is very important because your now will determine your future. The Odu Ifa Ejiobe Ifa says, Ifa says it is a gradual process. I say it is a gradual process. Where is the rat of yesternight? The poor rat of yesternight is still alive. Let him continue to be suffer. Let him continue to suffer. Let him continue to experience want. She will soon become great. She will soon become prominent. She will soon become Torofini, the leader among all rats. We have made Torofini the leader now. All rats, you come and pay your tribute. All rats. Ifa says it is a gradual process. I say it is a gradual manner. Where is the poor fish of yesternight? The poor fish of yesternight is still alive. Let her continue to suffer. Let her continue to experience want. She will soon become great. She will soon become prominent. She will soon become Akagba, the leader among fish. We have made Akagba the leader among fish. Come and pay your homage, all fish. Ifa says it is a gradual process. I say it is a gradual manner. Where is the poor bird of yesternight? The poor bird is still alive. Let her continue to suffer. Let her to continue to experience want. She will soon become great. She will soon become prominent. She will soon become Kinini, the leader among all birds. We have made King the leader among all birds. Come and pay your tribute. Come and pay your homage, all birds. Ifa says it is a gradual process. I say it is a gradual manner. Where is the poor beast of yesternight? The poor beast of yesternight, it is still alive. Let her continue to experience suffering. Let her continue to experience want. Soon, she will be great. She will soon become prominent. She will soon become known as Kinyun, the leader among all beasts. We have made Kinyun the leader among all beasts. Come and pay your tribute. Come and pay homage, all beasts. Ifa says it a gradual manner. I say it is a gradual process. Where is the poor man of yesternight? The poor man of yesternight, he is still alive. Let him continue to suffer. Let him continue to experience want. He will soon become great. He will soon become prominent. He will soon become Okambi, the leader among all humans. We have made Okambi the leader among all humans. Come and pay your tribute, all humans. When we think of this verse, it makes me think of the first point. And that first point is right now is hard. Y'all can write that down. Right now is hard. Now is hard. Now is suffering. Now is delayed gratification. Ifa says in this verse, it is a gradual process. Where is the poor person of yesternight? If they are alive, Ifa says basically let them live. Let them continue to experience want. Let them continue to suffer. And then in this process, Ifa says they will soon become great. They will soon become known as the leader amongst their group. Some suffering is not necessarily bad. How do we experience an unfavorable situation that is building us for our destiny? Going through that process is challenging. But in the moment, it may be very distasteful. But it will soon, as Ifa says, it will soon be sweet in the end. Ifa says in the Odu Ifa, Ogbe Iyonu, anger does not amount to anything fruitful. Patience is the father of good character. The elder possesses everything. These were Ifa's declarations to Orunmila when he was going to seek the hand of Iya, suffering, the daughter of the king of Iwo. He was advised to offer Ebo. He complied. Before long, not too far, meet us in the midst of all Ire, the suffering that Orunmila experienced at Iwo is not worth mentioning at home. Behold, my Iya Iwo, the reward as a result of suffering. So this is a very interesting story. In the story, Orunmila wanted to marry a young lady. Her name was Iya, and she was the daughter of Oniwo, the king of Iwo town. Basically, this young lady was beautiful and she was well sought after. She had so many suitors, but her father was the king, and her father had a thought process where he wanted to see who was worthy enough to have his daughter's hand. So many men came to date her, to marry her, and they all failed. This is so important when you think about this. Before we even get into the crux of the verse, this father is thinking of future. Who will be worthy to carry on the lineage of my family name, our family name, our family legacy? Who will be worthy enough to do that? And the person who is worthy will be able to come through any challenge that I put before them. That's indeed what the king of Iwo was thinking. Orunmila found Iya very beautiful. He went for Ifa consultation, and all the Awos, his students said, Baba, you will be very successful, but the key is that you have to be patient. You have to be able to absorb insult. And that is the way that you will be able to have this young lady's hand. Orunmila offered his Ebo. He went to the home of Oniwo. He went to the palace. The king answered the door and invited Orunmila in. And that first night, Orunmila did not get to meet Iya. The father said, well, give me some time. Just stick around. I want to get things in order so that you can meet my daughter. So the first night, he had Orunmila basically sleeping in the animal pen. And the animal pen was outside, and underneath where he slept, or above where he slept, the chickens were. And so he was sleeping on the ground, and he was sleeping in the dirt, and the chickens were defecating and urinating on top of him all night long. And he was getting bit up by the mosquitoes. So Orunmila slept there for about 3 nights. No food, no nothing. And the king came, he said, how's your stay, Orunmila? And Orunmila said, it's very good. It's as if I'm sleeping in a palace. The next night, the king moved Orunmila to the area which was adjacent to the kitchen. So this area was where all the heat and the steam from the kitchen was blowing off. And so imagine the heat in Nigeria, and you're next to the place where all the food gets cooked. So all the heat is kicking up on Orunmila, and it's hot, and there are puddles of water. So he stayed there the next night. And Ifa says he stayed there for about 3 nights as well. And the king came, finally, asked him how he was good, how he was staying, and Orunmila said he was just fine. And that is the time when Orunmila ate for the first time, on the 6th day. This went on for about 3 months. Orunmila had to clear a large expanse of land. He had to sleep in the pigsty. He was in so many different places, and I'm certain he was angry. He felt insulted, and he wasn't eating enough. And finally, after the king had him clear a large block of land, clear it, knock down all the grass, clear out all the animals, then the king said, I want you to come, I want you to bathe, and I've prepared some things for you. And that was the day. Orunmila bathed, and the king brought him to the front of the line, brought him to the palace, and sat him down next to his daughter. And he said, everyone, I want to introduce you to my new son-in-law. This is Orunmila. And that is how Orunmila was able to eventually marry the woman he truly loved and who truly loved him. Interesting. This leads me to the second point. Some suffering is for a purpose. Some suffering means something. I think oftentimes in this society, this microwave or quick era of spirituality, relationships, the world, people begin to think that everything is supposed to be quick. Like the world is supposed to be pleasing me all the time. Like I'm not supposed to be unhappy. I'm not supposed to have to adjust. That's not true. Sometimes the challenges that you experience are things that are cultivating you. That's why I say the second point is some suffering is for a purpose. Some suffering is for cultivation. Some suffering is for development. Some suffering helps you to develop the tools in order to help you to get your destiny. And those tools that you receive in the now, if you are working your now, help you to get your destiny, to achieve your destiny, and then to maintain it. When you get there, when you get to your goals, you won't look like what you went through to get there. Thank Olodumare that we don't all look like what we've been through. We don't act like what we've been through. Many of us are looking for our iya, iwo. And what that basically means, we're looking for the reward as a result of suffering. We're looking for it. We're looking for the silver lining to the cloud. We're looking for the pot of gold. Where is our iya, iwo? And when we think about that iya, iwo, that last line of the verse, behold my iya, iwo, the reward as a result of suffering. But even before that, Ifa says, the suffering that Orunmila experienced is not worth mentioning at home. What does that mean? The suffering that Orunmila experienced is not worth mentioning in the end. It's like the drama that it took you to get your college degree. By the time you got it, man, the place that I am is so sweet. I can't even burden you with the challenges that it took me to get there. I can't even think about that. Those challenges are insignificant because I'm here now. Imagine in your destined relationship and the amount of frogs you might have had to kiss to get to where you are. When you get there, Ifa is saying, when you get there, it's going to be so sweet, you won't even remember the struggle. Some suffering is for a purpose. The last verse I want to talk about comes from Erosun Elerin Erosun Owanri. Ifa says, a gong sounded in heaven for the sound to be heard on earth. A gong cannot be sounded on earth for it to be heard in heaven. These were Ifa's declarations to Orunmila when going to war along with the 400 and run Orunmila. He was advised to offer Ebo. He complied. Ifa, please be patient. Edu, please. Patience is the watchword. Whoever is patient is guaranteed financial success. Whoever is patient is guaranteed a good spouse. Whoever is patient is guaranteed children. Whoever is patient is guaranteed all array of life. Whoever is patient is guaranteed a victorious battle. Man, that verse right there, that is a mantra. Whoever is patient is guaranteed all the good things of life. The story of this verse is as follows. The 401 Irumole decided to go to war. And they talk about the Irumole going to war on specific places at certain times in order to organize these places or do whatever. And the 401 Irumole were going to go to war. And if they go to war, what you do is you collect the spoils of war, the riches of war, the wealth of war. And they went. And Orunmila, before he went to war with the Irumole, he went for Ifa consultation. And when he went to Ifa, Ifa told him, be patient. Don't go along with the others on the same day. Don't be the first one. That's a gem right there. Sometimes being first ain't it. Being first is not the reason you should win the gold medal. Sometimes being the first one's there ain't it. Don't go with the Irumole on the same day. By the time Orunmila offered Ebo and he complied with the advice. And by the time he went there to the war had been had. The war had been done. The area was just ruins. And the only person that was left was an old woman. All the Irumole had taken all the spoils, all the wealth of the war. And Orunmila arrived, and all that there was left was an elder woman. And he thought to himself, man, I've come to this war for nothing. As he was there, he saw the elderly woman, and Eshu Odara appeared to him. And Eshu advised him, you should take this woman home. Nurture her, and she will be your gift, your spoil of war. So Orunmila followed the advice. When he got home, he took care of this elderly woman. He gave her food, he gave her clothing, he gave her a nice place to stay and a bed to sleep in. After a while, the woman asked Orunmila whether he knew her name. He didn't. She told Orunmila that her name was Suru, and in Yoruba, Suru means patience. She also told him that all of her children had been captured by the warlords, and her children were as follows. One of her children's names was Ajay, which is the deity of financial wealth. Okun beads, brass, all of those things, all these wealth and riches. The other child was, so she said that was the name of her child. And she said that her child and her other children would come back to her. So Orunmila continued to nurture Suru. One day in the house of Ogun, all heck broke loose and everything seemed out of order. Ogun went to Orumila's house for Ifa consultation, and he was advised to offer the loot, the wealth that he got from the war as Ebo to stop the chaos in his household. When he got to Orumila's house, Ogun had brought with him Ajay, the deity of wealth and financial success, who was the daughter of Suru. Ogun went and offered his Ebo, and Ajay said, "No, this is my mother. I want to stay with my mother. Wherever my mother is, I'm going to stay with her." So Ajay, wealth, stayed in the home of Orunmila. All the other Irumule came. They too had one problem or another. They went for Ifa consultation, and they were also advised to bring their loot from the war as Ebo in order to calm down all the conflicts in their house. By the time it was all said and done, Orunmila had all the wealth of all the Irumole who had gone to war. And the children of Suru, the children of patience, had come home to live with her. That is why the verse says, patience. Patience is the watchword. Patience. When you have patience, you can achieve all the other arrays. When you have patience, you can have all array of life. And that is how Orunmila became the most prosperous. This leads me to my third and final point. And that point is be proactive in your patience. Be proactive. The proactive aspect of your now is sometimes shut up and follow directions. Sometimes shutting up and following the directions of Ifa is the proactive aspect. The Christians say, wait on the Lord and be of good courage. Everybody say that there is wisdom in the wait. So type in the chat, there's wisdom in the wait. Wisdom in the wait. There's wisdom in waiting. Olodumare says that it is this door. It is when one door is closed, it may not be no. What Olodumare is saying is not yet. It sometimes is being said by Olodumare for us, wait. Now, some of us are waiting on a spouse right now. And when you think about the process of the stories that we talked about, imagine those of you who have met your destined spouse and you are in a good relationship. Imagine if you had met your spouse during their rebellious phase, or in their solitude phase, or during your healing phase. Imagine if you had met them at that time. You most likely would have sabotaged that relationship. You would have possibly sabotaged a relationship that was meant for you by embarking in it prematurely. The same thing goes for opportunities. We could have embarked upon getting the job or getting the house at a young age when we didn't know how to manage our funds. And we can sabotage the thing that is most destined for us at a given moment in time just because it was given to us prematurely. there's wisdom in the wait. Olodumare is preparing a space for us. Olodumare is preparing a place for us, a space for us. Olodumare is preparing a spouse for us. And deeper than just saying Olodumare, because that takes it out of our own responsibility, but our destiny is preparing a space for us. Our destiny is preparing a place for us, and it's preparing us for the space. Our destiny is preparing us for the space, preparing us for the wealth, for the spouse, for the children right now. We can't see it, but it's happening now. Just like Orunmila. Orunmila, before he got to the war, Ifa said, wait, don't go to war yet. Don't go in there half cop. Wait. But what did Olodumare, what did Orunmila do? He waited. Some of you might be asking, oh Lord, what do we do in the meantime? You gotta work your now. And what that now looks like is follow the advice of Ifa. That advice is the preparation. Make the ebo. Following the advice, making the ebo is the delayed gratification. Because we have to understand that it is a process. Olodumare is continually developing us. Ifa says in Obehunle, when one's Ifa is about to bless one, they will first be made to go through tribulations. Very powerful verse. When Ifa says that, we are going to be experiencing some tribulations. It is as if this now is like a test. Not always, but sometimes our now is a test. Obeunle says, when one's Ifa is about to bless one, they will experience tribulations. What is Ifa saying? Ifa is saying, you are right there, right at the precipice of your providence, right at the edge of your blessing. It is right there. When you're about to be blessed, sometimes it's going to look bad at first. It ain't going to look like how you want it to look or how you think it should look. If you don't work your now, you will not see your breakthrough. So stay devoted, stay loyal, stay dedicated. Sometimes the now is dark and it seems uncertain. If we lean on our own mortal understanding, it will seem that way. Sometimes we, as Ifa followers who are putting faith or making certain moves in preparation, we look crazy to the rest of the world. Sometimes when I say people, oh, my taboo is this, I can't eat that. And everybody's like, man, that's crazy. I'm going to eat that. But it is bad for me. And then eventually what might show up is at a moment in time, it might be bad for everyone. Ifa is preparing us. And if we use our own mortal understanding, we won't get it. We won't understand what is being said to us. So what we have to do is we got to hold on to something that's infinite, something that is unchangeable, unchanged, and we have to put our trust in Ifa and be of good faith. Your now is about to be the incredible destiny that you agreed upon in Oro. What you need to do is hold on to your destiny, hold on to Olodumare, hold on to Ifa, but most importantly, work your now. Abora boy, thank you so much for tapping in. Thank you for joining us, and I pray that that message was something that was fruitful and important to you, something that is usable for you. And I also ask once again If you know somebody that this message will touch, reach, and assist, please like and share it with them. I want to send shout outs to everybody on Instagram. I know folks I think you all are tapping in on Instagram. Good to see you all on the gram and Facebook, YouTube. Everyone, thank you for joining us. Before we close, I want to say some announcements. One announcement is that directly after temple service today, we're going to have Oshe Ifa class. If we have some spaces available, you can text me at 3232441133 to get the link, and you can also, to pay for it is $25. You'll get the audio recording of the class, and you will also get a handout to assist you. And Oshe Ifa is basically, how do we interact with the Ifa? How do we interact with the Orisha, especially when you have a hand of Ifa? So this is going to be giving people good tips on how to work with their hand of Ifa. Okay? That is also for people who are initiated. That's also for people who have their hand of Ifa. Is going to be helpful. Those who want to have their hand of Ifa, and then I'll also answer some questions. So please, please, please join that class today if you like. It's going to be directly after this, which is 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. I know when I sent the link out to some people, it said 9 a.m. Central Time. Disregard that. So it's Pacific Standard Time, which is right after this. Also, we have had our Itado Boom. Itado Boom was a Reteo Kanan. If you would like to participate in the Abo, please send your money. And you can send it to the link below on the screen. And you will be able to be included. The Abo, if it's being done. It hasn't been done yet, but it will be done probably by Monday. All right? Last but not least, those of you who want to participate and learn more about Ifa or learn more about being a priest, if you are initiated, we offer an Ifa training program, which is called the Omwawo program. And you can join the Omwawo program of Idinka Ifa Temple. We would love to have you. This is for people who are initiated. Please let us know, and you can contact me at the email or the phone number below to join and be a part of that. Also, next week I will be in the Atlanta area. So those of you who are in that area and you want to hang or do some Ifa work, whatever, we'll be tapping in out there. We'll be tapping in with some friends. We look forward to seeing you. I know I have maybe a couple of Omar Wolves who are in that area, so it'll be good to see you, and maybe we can get together and have dinner. All right? All right, so I want to go and let me see all the people who have shouted us out. I think it's showing up. Oh, wow, that's a lot of people. Okay. All right, I'm going to just open them up and run through them before we close. All right, thank you, Fadeke Aboroboy. Hey, Queen Abo Shisha Boto, tapping in from North Carolina. Hey, Dinah, good to see you, Abo Shisha Boto. Allison, good to see you. All right, happy Sunday to you. Jojo, Abo Aboye, Abo Shisha, Ifa Kolade, good to see you, brother. Abo Shisha Boto, Tifashe, thank you for joining us. Ifaleke, good to see you. Annette, good to see you. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us. All right, St. Louis. All right, Noble Awo, tapping in. Ifa Lami, tapping in from LA. Good to see you. Maisha Walker Dean, good to see you. All right, okay, Tifa Shea, you're coming in from Trinidad and Tobago, from Florida. All right, great. All right, Sound Ghost, Boshisha Boto, good to see you. All right, Ashe, Allison. Yes, we have to remain patient and trust Ifa for or in the now. Facts, humility, ashe, ashe. All right, Rain Pryor, good to see you. Some suffering eventually gives us wisdom. Tap in. That's right. That's right. Mahogany, good to see you. Right, we needed to hear that. So many of us definitely needed to hear that. So I'm going to just jump through. Thank you. Good to see you, Yaya. I pray everything is good. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining us. Yeah. All right. There is wisdom in the wait, y'all. We might not think of it, but it is. Good. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right, man. So, I think I'm covering everything. I'm the one clicking up all these. Ashe, Noble, hold the rope. You may have one finger still left on the rope. Don't let it go. That's a visual, bro. That is a visual. All right. Thank you. All right. So yes, if you are in the Atlanta area, we'll be tapping in. And if you want to see us, just let us know. All right, Aboshisha Boto. Allah Kisa. Good to see you. All right, thank you all once again for joining us. I want to give shout outs. Thank you all, everyone on the gram. I see you. All right. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So before we close, I want to close with prayer. Olodumare, we thank you for life, health, strength, food, clothing, and shelter. We thank you for guiding us, directing us, protecting us, and keeping us safe, helping us to get to this point, helping us to be able to see the things that we need to be patient about. Help us to not fight the process, but lean in to the development. Help us to lean in to providence, lean in to the elevation of waiting, of being patient, and do it proactively. Bless us throughout this week. Help us to be safe. Give our families health and success and blessings. Aboru, Aboye, Aboshisha, Aboto. Thank you all for joining us. If anyone would like to donate, you can donate below and just tap in with us. We thank you once again, and we'll see you later. All right.